Hey guys, gals, and legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Elliot's Tale. Now, last episode, poor Jared met a unfortunate end at the hands of the undead. I don't think he was trying to sacrifice himself at all for Elliot. Their combat routine had pretty much consisted of Jared acting as bait while Elliot lined up the perfect headshot with his crossbow. And unfortunately, the zombie got the better of Jared in this instance. It was in the pitch black down below, and Jared can't actually see that well in the dark, and think perhaps Elliot forgets that with the excellent night sight that he has. But Elliot, being Elliot, has made use of the situation, and now we have a butchered Jared on the floor. So we have a lot of meat that we need to drag out of here. Now, for those of you who don't remember, it's pretty hard to forget, but Elliot is a cannibal. It is his preferred source of meat, so he's going to make use of that now. But we aren't going to use it just yet. We are going to try and haul a number of things up and out of this basement. Now, something that I noticed with this recent update is that the volume has actually changed. So when I was looking at this before, I was like, what the hell, we've got shit all volume. But no, we do have enough volume. It's just that the volume has actually changed. It's changed into liters, which kind of works, because like when I buy a backpack from like a hiking store, this will be like a 40-liter backpack, etc. So we know that we have 19 liters worth of like volume that we can actually fill up with things in our bag, and we've filled up a decent amount of it already. We're carrying 34 kgs worth of gear on us right now, which is a lot of shit. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Carrying around 34 extra kgs, that's a lot of weight. Like, that's not easy. I couldn't do that easily. I mean, I guess a lot of it's kind of based upon like the extra clothing that you're carrying with you, but I mean, I guess it adds up, because I mean, like, we're carrying around a makeshift crowbar and everything, and the telescoping umbrella, and even like the glass jars and stuff. Like, it's a 3-liter glass jar, so it's actually quite a large glass jar, so it adds up quite quickly. Okay, so we're going to have to do some walking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into here, and there are a lot of things that Jared dropped as well that I'm going to also want to try and pick up. Now, I don't know how heavy that solder is going to be, because it's actually a lot of solder. So I'm going to try and take that with me. We're going to try and take the lighter as well. We are going to take one human bone, as that's kind of what we do as Elliot. But we definitely want to take all the all the medical goods that Jared, I'm already forgetting his name, that's terrible, that Jared was carrying on him, because he stole them all from our car. We'll take the water as well. I'm just trying to manage this as best as possible. And I think he had a thing for collecting lighters. He's that kind of guy who asks for a lighter at the party and then just never gives it back. And I think he's done that to about 4 different people, because he's got quite a few on him. I'd be very tempted to take the combat boots, but we're going to stick with our rubber boots for now, because it just makes sense. With the amount of acid that we're dealing with in the apocalypse, we're going to need it. The wool poncho is pretty messed up, and I don't know whether or not the extendable basin is going to be worthwhile. I think we're going to take it just in case, because it is like a proper weapon. And the leather pants we're probably not going to take as well, because we're obsessed with our cargo pants, so we'll stick to that for now. As for the backpack, I don't know if the volume in here is larger. Storage. Oh, it's showing storage in mils. So, okay, instead of liters, it's showing it in mils. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Now, I know that someone did warn me about that in the comments, so thank you about warning me in advance. But unfortunately, they haven't made the changes since then. I'm actually just going to activate this really quick, because I want to go ahead and store those crossbow bolts in there before I forget about it. Okay, right, let's see if we can compare the two then, at least. So if we go over, we can compare Z, no, not that, the Z, that's the one we're after, and rock floor is what we're after, and we want to find actually the leather backpack that we're wielding is completely healed up as well, so I'm more tempted to hold on to that, just because it's going to last for longer. The storage is exactly the same as well, and we get a little bit more bash and cut protection with the leather backpack, so I think it's just going to be better for us to hold on to that. Now, I know I haven't moved this entire time so far. It's unfortunately just the way I play Cataclysm. I'm very well, I like to take my time and make my decisions about what we're going to do. But I think we're going to just have to work with what we have now. I've already got everything that I want to get from him. Apart from, obviously, the flesh, which we will take all that we can, and it looks like we could almost take everything, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know whether or not we need to come back down here for anything else. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need anything else. Now, I'm just going to flash the place really quick, just so that I can do a quick kind of like search on the ground, just to see if there is anything in here that I did want to come back for. Because it has been a little bit since I played last. So we've got a fancy hairpin over there, but no, we're going to stick with our regular one. And I know now that yes, the hairpins actually have 0% coverage, so that means it doesn't actually protect anything. But hey, it keeps our hair out of our face, even though our hair is kind of covered up by our riot helmet. Now it sounds like it's still drizzling pretty badly outside, and it should still be daytime. No, it is actually full on night. Okay, that's okay, and that actually kind of works in our favor, because I'm going to be wanting to make my way back to our vehicle, which is up here, and we do need to stop and grab these drugs as well. So there's actually a gun store in town. So if the gun basement wasn't enough, we also have we also have, holy crap, auto goes down here. Oh, that's just a little note. I guess it's saying that there is a basement there. Interesting. I didn't know where the gun basement was, but I'm pretty sure it's in that house there. And I believe we did get everything that we wanted to actually get out of there. We've got a quick autosave, and we're going to try and make our way out of the house. I'm trying to make my way out the kind of top if possible, and I think we're just going to go through this window for now. And you know what? We have the telescoping umbrella, so why the hell not use it? So the only thing is that I don't think we'll actually be able to fit our crossbow into our bag anymore. And I don't think I have a strap on it yet. No, we don't. So I don't know if we'll be able to fit it in. Let's see. Yeah, the only option is to drop that. Let's just have a look, see if there is anything else that we don't actually really need at all, that I can just kind of get rid of. I'd like to get some batteries into that electro hack at some point. Just because it can be quite useful for us. And the MP3 player as well, I cannot forget that we actually have that, because it's such a valuable tool. So I'm just going to go ahead now before I forget, and we're just going to change that to M. So it's going to be nice and easy for us to quickly turn on some music if we need to. Let's see, we've got our throwing knives. I don't really need the marbles. They're not going to weigh us down too much. They're actually weighing us down a little bit. Yeah, we don't need them. We really don't. I don't know if we need the 2 matchbooks as well. But they really shouldn't be weighing us down much at all. No, they're not. But there's only 16 in there, so we're going to get rid of them. Let's see. We've got 4 human fleshes, which we probably will need to try and do something with tonight. Because we don't want them to go to waste. Because they will start to rot over time, unfortunately. The hickory nuts we don't need. Let's see. We still have our human bone. Do we only have 1 human bone? I guess we put... I think it was Elizabeth, maybe? I've been forgetting her name as well. The first kill, unfortunately. I think we're just going to have to gun it. We're just going to have to gun it for the car. I will just leave those things there that we don't really need. And we will leave that open. And I will just make my way up onto the road. And find our way to our vehicle. Which probably isn't in amazing shape. Well, from memory, it definitely isn't in amazing shape. Is this our car? No, it is not. It definitely is not. You might notice that the tiles look slightly different, and it's because I am using chest hole still, but I'm using the... Oh god, we left the dome light on inside. Let's go turn that off real quick. But we will actually drop some medicine in here, because this should be our medicine, our medical supplies. So let's go ahead and drop all of our drugs into here. We will just keep some aspirin and some bandages on us, but everything else, and the cocaine, because you need emergency cocaine. Even the cigarettes we can leave as well. Because cigarettes, surprisingly, they boost our intelligence, so it's good if we are trying to install CBMs or something like that. I did bring up some fresh water, so let's go ahead and drink. Now, that's just bottles of water. So it's not fresh water. So let's just go and drink the aluminium cola for the time being, just to get rid of that thirst. Okay, now we do have that baton still, so we're just going to jump out the car again. And I need to remind myself of where everything is. Okay, so that's all of our weapons. Yeah, so all of our weapons in there, firearms, everything. It's a little unorganized for now. Now, talking about long-term plans for Elliot. We have a tent. I'm wanting to go camping. I don't think Elliot is going to set up a normal kind of base in a house somewhere. I think he's going to find a nice spot in the woods and kind of start to build his little patch of survival there. So we'll need to find somewhere that's good, probably somewhere that might have access to water. So if you can find a river nearby, maybe, could be quite useful. But we could just go off tank and start just collecting water with, a whole heap of different funnels and stuff like that. That's always an option as well. Okay, so I think it's just the baton for now. We're going to keep the survival knife with us. Definitely. Now, tools. Let's see. There are a few things that we don't actually need to have on us. I don't think we need to have the pliers at all times. Improvised lockpicks. They're not going to be weighing us down too much, surely. They actually are weighing us down a little bit. So we are going to get rid of them for now, because the electro hack, no, we can't. But apparently we can use the hairpin as a lockpick. So, hey. We'll just keep the slightly damaged one for now. And I think that's it. We need to hold on to the crowbar just because you just need to be able to open doors. I don't know if we could use the survival knife as a prying tool or not. I will just quickly check that to see if it's in its description, because that would be very useful if that's the case. And I don't actually think, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we actually have any funnels. And funnels are super, super necessary. So we're just going to have a look around at everything. We might actually have to jump up on this to do that. So let's have a look at all, and we'll just filter and we'll look for a funnel. No, so we actually don't have any funnels at the moment, which is unfortunate, because that's really good for collecting a decent amount of water. I'm just going to have a look. So that's our tool spot. This should be our food spot out back over here. Yes, it is. So I think we're just going to go ahead and drop the 3-litre glass jar there for now. And we don't need an open aluminium can, because that's what we got before from drinking our cola. Okay. Now, is this generic? No, it's clothing. Okay, so I guess my generic crafting supplies are going in here as well, which is a little unorganized for my liking, but again, there isn't too much we can do about it right now. So we're just going to drop the solder of some of the nails. The duct tape, you know what? We might actually be able to do some repairs on the car now. Some. Not too many repairs. Also, because we're not amazing when it comes to mechanics. So, yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to drop the crossbow in here for now, so that we can go ahead and wield the telescoping umbrella, and let's see if we can activate it. Yeah, it takes a long time for us to wield it. Can we activate it? No, we can't. I guess it's up now. It just doesn't look like it in the sprite. Useful for keeping dry when wielded. Okay, cool. So we're probably wet already, but we shouldn't get any wetter than we currently are. Yeah, we're wet, but it'll get better. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have a look at the car. Right, okay, so the most damaged is the cargo space. We still have 3% gasoline. I don't know if we are going to be able to fix the tank with just duct tape. If we can, hell, it's good. The tank's actually okay, so we got a 60-litre tank on that side. It's that one that's damaged, so that's the one that's leaking. So we actually have 2 tanks, and that's probably why we still have that 3% of gasoline, because I don't know whether it splits the gasoline among the 2 tanks, or if it's just in one or the other. I'm not 100% sure how that's working. Pardon me. So let's go ahead and see if we can repair that. It looks like we might actually be able to. Holy crap! Sorry. I'm dying. We actually managed to fix it, which I'm damn happy with. The windshields and the rest we don't really need to worry about so much. Would be nice if we could fix that headlight. And again, what I find hilarious is that we're just fixing these things with duct tape. So I don't know if we can fix. Yeah, we need level 6 to be able to use duct tape to fix our wheel, which I find absolutely hilarious. Okay, so what we can do quite quickly is just go in here, and if we just hit R, it'll take us to somewhere where we need to do some fixing. But we don't want to fix everything. We only just want to fix what we really do kind of need to. I guess it would be good if the seat was actually working, because that is our seat as well, so we do want to make sure that it is actually working okay. Now, I might be wasting a decent amount of duct tape here, but I just want to make sure that kind of everything's working alright. Now, the frame is completely damaged over here in the center, it seems. I don't think... Yeah, we need a wrench and a steel frame to replace the broken one. I actually think we can fix the windshields. Well, damn. Okay. And the good thing about this is that it's actually increasing our mechanics skill. So I'm pretty damn happy with that, actually. So we've got 2 cargo spaces that are missing back there. A backup beeper. We have a fucking backup beeper. God damn it. That's got to be removed. And I don't know if we can remove it now. Let's just see. Remove. Actually, it looks like I might be able to. Yes, or 1 strength. Okay, cool. We do need to remove that. It's going to take 25 minutes. We are getting a little bit hungry, we're getting a little bit thirsty, but that means that we can back up now and we're not going to make a whole heap of noise when we do so, which I'm definitely happy about. We're going to fix this frame as well, because the reason I'm doing that is because it's important that these things do not go flying out the back, because they're carrying all of our shit, and so it would be really quite bad. Okay, so I think we're actually out of duct tape at the moment, so all in all, I thought that was a pretty decent use of time, and yeah, we definitely don't need that backup beeper. Okay, so we are going to do some cooking, and to do that, we are going to need to get a pan, which we should actually have one just down from us here in our kind of tool kit slot. And I think the reason that wasn't showing up is because I'm filtering it. No. Okay, well I can see what's down here now. So. Copper pot, that is what we're after. We want the copper pot. We will take said copper pot, and we would actually be able to boil some water at the same time as well, but I think we'll survive. In saying that, we are thirsty now. We've got the bottles of water, so I might be able to do something with that, although we do usually need another container to put them in first. The transfer process can be a little bit frustrating at times. So we're going to go ahead, activate our lighter, and we are staying nice and dry because of our umbrella, which is kind of cool. Yeah, see, we're not even wet anymore. We're dried off, which is good. So let's go ahead, have a look at food, and see what we're going to be able to do. So we can actually make some clean water, and we can make some strong mixed alcohol. Okay, we can use it to craft an improvised first aid kit, which is actually kind of cool. Nice. And we can make some cooked creep. So this will be cooking our good friend. Well, our good friend, I wouldn't say good friend. Our associate. Yeah, so we're going to do a batch cook, and we're going to cook 4 pieces of, our friend. And our cooking skills have actually increased to 1, so Elliot got better at cooking people. Congratulations, Elliot. Well done. Well done. We love it. Yeah, good job, good job. And while we are here, we will see if we can get some of that water done as well. Although I don't know if I actually have what we need. Let's see, pour it into a container. Hey, okay, so we still have the hip flask as well. So I will actually use the hip flask for now. And it's not saying there was any left over, so that's okay. But I will come into here, because the worst case scenario, I'll just consume it now and I'll get slaked. So we're going to go batch, and I'm going to see if we can make 6 clean water. So we will go pour into container. 3 plastic bottles, okay. 2 plastic bottles. Oh good, because we poured it out of the containers into the copper pot and back into the plastic bottles, which I'm very, very happy about. Nicely done. Okay, cool. Let's use what's in the hip flask first. Okay, I want to get slaked. No, let's not force ourselves there. But you know what? We'll eat some of that hot cooked creep. We feast upon the human flesh, and that's probably why we feel much better. And I think that's probably a reason why we've had shakes and stuff recently. We're in a really good mood at the moment, and we're not tired, so I'm tempted to try and up some more of our skills. Yeah, so we only got 43 duct tape left, but we managed to fix the car a little bit, and I'm kind of damn happy about that actually. I'm just wanting to have a look at this town. You know what? There's either two things we could do really. You know, we could either do some skill research, or we could just be a baller and go out there and get some shit done. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we're going to get some shit done. So let's go ahead and try and get rid of everything that I don't need. And I say this every time. I'm like looking for things. I'm like, oh, do we need that? Don't we need that? I'm actually going to come over and drop the human bone in here, but I think we're going to try and use a survival knife first to write upon an item, and we're going to write upon the human bone. Can't. You kidding me? You kidding me? Damn it. Can we rename it at least? I don't think we can. Because you usually rename it by carving it with something. And apparently we can't carve the human bone, which is really... Oh, that's such a bummer. That is such a bummer. Okay, well, we can't do that, but I think regardless, we're going to hold on to the human bones, so we'll know by the amount of human bones that we have how many people Elliot has killed and eaten along his way. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we don't need the copper pot. We don't need that, so we're going to go ahead and drop that down there. The electro hack we're probably not going to need to have with us right now, and I know that's famous last words. We definitely don't need the flare, so we'll drop it in tools as well, because I kind of see it as a tool. We'll definitely hold on to the crowbar. We'll hold on to the screwdriver set. Do we need to, though? I don't think we do. I don't think we need it, and I don't think we're going to do any sewing while we're out there as well. So I'm actually happy about all of those things there. And you know what? The throwing knives, we're going to leave the throwing knives behind as well, because if we're using anything at range, it's going to be the crossbow. So, yeah, there we go. Now, let's see. How are we doing? Blindfold, that shouldn't be taking up too much space, but it is actually taking up some volume, so we'll go ahead and drop that. I just realized that we've dropped the throwing knives on the floor, so I'm just going to be sure to actually quickly go and shift those just into where they're meant to be. There we go, just like so. Okay, so we're looking pretty good weight-wise and the rest. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just quickly dive down to this first house here. And we are going to, and I just realized I haven't actually grabbed the crossbow yet, so thank you to everyone that was yelling at me to grab it, because that's what I was creating the space in my inventory for. And that's good, we've still got quite a lot of space. So we'll keep the umbrella up for now. We're going to run down, try and connect with this house, grab some drugs, and we'll be looking pretty damn good. Oh, okay, we got a blob. Okay, who are we looking at here? Pulped skeleton and a pair of boots. Okay. I guess there's no... Yeah, I want to close those, but I feel like the blob's going to come for us anyway. Yeah. Okay, right, let's see. Those are our leather patches and the rest. Again, those would be quite good to grab. And I say again, and I haven't said anything. It's a bad habit I've got. I'm trying to fix it. Is that... That's a bowler hat. I thought it was a blob. Okay. Okay, right. Now, where did I actually end up leaving these drugs? I've come back for them, right? Because I've left a note here. Drugs here. Pills here. I feel like I would have come back for them. The only thing is, why haven't I removed the note? I feel like I would have removed the note, right? But then I'm not finding anything here. Do we want the cardboard? Yeah, I don't know. I think we can live without it. Ceramic cup. I'm tempted to take it. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to take the ceramic cup, and I'm tempted to take the teapot as well. I know. Priorities, right? And I think that's it. I'm going to be kicking myself if I am actually missing out on where the drugs were, but I feel like we've actually come and grabbed them. So I'm going to go and remove that note from the map. So this is why I make notes, is so that I can know when I've actually done something. And because I didn't remove that note, it makes me think that maybe we haven't done it, but I can't find any sign that we haven't. And because we're so close to the vehicle, we are just going to go straight back to it. I am going to try and dodge around where I think the blob was, and I can actually see our car because I have, again, left the dome light on. But the good thing about the dome light is that it doesn't actually take up too much. Now those are tools that we picked up, so we'll go ahead and drop those in here. And I guess, is this where I'm storing my crafting supplies as well? I guess I am for now. That's what I'm doing. Once we actually do have a proper home, that's where I'm going to set up and, you know, we're going to put things in the right place. But in terms of forests, maybe the swamp would be a terrible idea. I feel like the swamp would be a horrific idea. And we don't want to be up near the prison and the big factory. So I feel like maybe down here, maybe we do need to do some kind of more exploration in this area, kind of around this zone here. So I think we might end up, once we've done a little bit more scavenging throughout the town, and I kind of can actually mark this house as explored now, because we are done there. And we can mark that as explored as well. And boom. So I think those little notes, those auto go down, those are notes that are added just because I've found a basement. So that's, I think that adds it in for that reason, possibly, yeah. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to wrap up for today, but we still have a little bit more to explore in the town itself. We have a park, I believe, which I don't know what we're going to find there. We have at least 3 more houses, and we have a gun store, which we're definitely going to want to pay a visit to. But I'm more interested in actually finding out where this road is going to go, and perhaps, potentially, finding a place to live nearby this river. Perhaps in privacy, perhaps in safety. Only time will tell. I have been Rycon, this has been Elliot, this hasn't been Jared, and until next time, stay tuned.